My name is Chet Geiselman. I live in Muncie, Indiana, and I'm a sculptor. My father and uncle had a welding shop pretty much across the street, so that's where I grew up as a child, and my grandfather had started it. He was a blacksmith. My father and uncle were welders, and I started working there when I was young. And so I was always around a lot of shapes and interesting textures, and I think that always comes through in my work. Trees are they're beautiful, and oftentimes the parts that I use are from trees that are discarding their limbs. I usually don't go out and cut anything that's alive. So it's almost in a way a found object when I find it, on the ground, just like any other sort of found object. And I think a lot of times we tend to not pay very much attention to or think about a tree or a limb as sort of a found object. But what I want people to do, the viewer to do, is when they look at my work, maybe notice things that they would maybe just possibly walk by and not notice. I think, like I said earlier, growing up in my dad's welding shop, it's almost like I know no other way. I mean, I can't imagine not building something with my hands. When I get an idea, this is just how it comes out. It's natural for me. I don't know, again, I don't feel like there was a point where I sort of decided that I was going to pursue art or become an artist, because the family that I grew up in, my father was very creative. He told me years later that he wished he had been able to go to art school, but he was very much a designer, a builder, and my mom was always singing. So the house I grew up in, we were all kind of pushed, like, there was nothing like, what do you mean you're going to be an artist? That's you can't do that. It was, actually my parents pushed my sister and I sort of in that way. There was no objection to either of us becoming artists or artist educators. So I was really fortunate in that way to have a creative family.